Today, I'm going to present the final project of human factors in AI. My name is Jacob Wu. The problem I select is people are struggling for what to wear on a daily basis. The target user is general consumer who wants to reduce the mental fatigue on choosing the daily outfit every day. So the trigger point usually starts from people are ready to head out for the day. First action they usually take is check the calendar, see what are the events of the day, and then they decide at a high level what to wear, if it's more casual or more formal style. And then they take the action to check the closet and see what clothes is available. Then people reach a decision point of their outfit of the day, and people take more action to check the weather forecast, if it's very hot, warm, or it's cold, and then or it's a raining day, or it's a sunny day, etc. And then they make a decision whether they want to wear extra coat, what shoes to wear, or if they need to take umbrella or not. The objective here is try to wear the most appropriate clothes, both functional and also meet the purpose of the day. We want to provide the best user experience, so here are some inputs data we need to collect from our user. First, we need to be able to get the access to user's calendar app in order to understand the user schedule. And then we also need to get access to the weather forecast apps. Also, we need to understand what are the clothes available in user's closet. So the best case is that we can get the surveillance image inside the user's closet or shoes rack. And user have the opportunity to give us the ranking on the recommended items we provide. So we can use that ranking to optimize what we recommend. The close-out problem exists. So when user firstly start the app, we will request user to answer a simple questionnaire, better to capture user's general preference to give a better first few recommendations. And then transparency is also important. We need to inform the users what data is collected and for what purpose, and how the model reaches its output. And we also want to proactively communicate if any uncertainty. For example, the clarity of the schedule is one thing we want to communicate. If the user use very vague language and the model cannot really understand what's going on, and it will impact the quality of the recommendation. And also, the model also relies on the weather forecast that creates some uncertainty there. And the quality of the surveillance image is also one factor to impact the quality we recommend. And one mechanism we can use is also provide the qualifiers or labels to indicate the basis of each recommendation. For example, if we recommend a coat, we can say because it's based on this cold weather from the weather forecast, something like that. And providing some contextual explanations are also very important. And feedback mechanism is critical here to further optimize what we comment. I want to walk through some important privacy considerations. Privacy concerns do exist because we request access to some sensitive data from the user, including the calendar and also some location-related data. We also request the access to the surveillance images inside the user's closet and shoes rack. So all this data could pose privacy concerns from the users. Several laws we need to comply with: GDPR and CCPA. There are some protection mechanisms we need to put in place. First, also the most important is inform the user in terms of what data is collected, for what purpose, with whom it is shared, and if user have any other choices to opt in, opt out, etc. And second important thing is the limited data retention and also the life cycle management. We need to proactively remove the data if it's not used anymore, and be mindful in terms of what data we need to keep and what is not. Ethical consideration is important to gain the trust from the users. However, there are several sources here can pose potential ethical concern. One is the potential sources of bias. Because we collect the demographic information, that's very likely to create the demographic biases and leading to some fairness issue here. For example, unintended amplification of preferences from a certain demographic group, or even the stereotypical recommendation leading to people feel being discriminated, that's also likely to happen. In order to hold ourselves accountable, we need to provide the feedback features to the users, like for example the rating system or even not interested option for the users. And the user also can choose to opt out our service by denying the access from the app to its own data, or even request the data collected being forgotten. We also need to provide a transparency to the user by explaining how we reach our recommendations, and also explain the importance of the different input features we collect. And we also need to provide help centers and FAQs to user in case if they want to deep dive in some information areas.